Hey there everyone, welcome to Jason Explains Things. If you have a second or third gen Toyota Tacoma with a winch installed, this video is special made for you. On my truck, I have a Warn VR10S winch installed that you can go back and see me install here on my channel. Now that winch is fine. It's never let me down. I've used it several times, but there has been a thing in the back of my head that's always nagged me, is that I wish that it had the feature that other premium winches have, where you can turn power off at the control box, so essentially the winch isn't live at all times. This is especially a concern for me because my winch actually had a safety recall on this topic. So this is the controller that comes with the Warn VR10S. You have a cord, but also the controller is wireless. All you have to do is simply turn this on, hold the control button, and when it's blue, it's wireless. So right now I could operate my winch. The Warn safety recall is actually for this controller specifically because, first off, it's not really very waterproof at all. It's not really designed to be that. It's not a premium product. And if this does get wet, there is a small but real chance of this shorting out, causing your winch to operate, which, depending on what's going on at what time, could be a small problem or a huge problem. Well, let's just put this down before it explodes or anything bad happens. Well, we're gonna take care of this problem today in just probably like 10 minutes with a really cool kit from a company called Lambtek Innovations. In a very short amount of time, I am taking my Toyota Tacoma on a 750-mile-long off-road journey along the Oregon backcountry discovery route, and I'm doing a whole bunch of mad dash of upgrades before I take off, so it does really well. So let's get this done, but first, let's look at the parts. All right, over here on the table, we have the parts, and the star of the show is definitely the Blue Sea System 6006 switch, which is a really nice industrial feeling thing. Really like it. Also, the kit comes with a custom bracket. I'll show you exactly where that goes. You can choose what it says. I have mine say winch power. We have a thank you note, a sticker, some hardware, and then we have a really nicely made positive lead that goes from the switch to your battery. Now, it might sound like this is an ad, but it is 100% not. I paid full price for this. I've honestly been wanting to do this modification for years to make my winch safer, and so I'm really happy to do this, and I think that this is probably the best option and easiest way to get this job done. But you can totally fabricate something like this. You could probably fabricate it yourself if you so choose. It might not look as clean, but it would totally work. So either way, if you want to buy this kit, awesome. If you don't want to buy it, use this as inspiration to kind of design your own kit. And either way, let's get this done. Now, safety was a priority when I installed my winch originally, and I think I did a pretty good job, but this is going to take it kind of to that next level. We have the control box mounted remotely above the winch right here on this really cool bracket that I will link to down in the description. So again, because it's raised up by about that much, it's less likely to get water intrusion than it would have if it's just right on the winch itself. So that's a good thing. Also, you want to, when you wire up a winch, you want it to go directly to your battery, both the ground and the positive lead. And as you can see on both, I added plastic flex tubing and secured it in a bunch of different places with zip ties, again, to reduce the risk of having any vibrations, those wires getting cut, frayed, and then shorting out and causing a fire. This is actually a teaser for the next video you're gonna see from me, because I also just recently did a complete revamp of the 12-volt accessory wiring system that I have with a custom bracket, breaker switch, and a Blue Sea fuse block, and added 12-volt outlets to the bed. So that's the next video you're gonna see from me. I'm kind of releasing these a little bit out of order because I really wanted to get this one out before I leave on this giant trip. So we have, I think, just one thing to remove right here, and we can keep going. Like I said earlier, this install guide will work with any Tacoma from 2005 all the way to 2023. All tools and supplies I'm using will be listed and linked in the description for you. I'll also have a non-affiliate link for this sweet kit from Lambtek Innovations. Disconnect the negative lead to the battery with a 10mm socket. I cut the zip ties that secured the positive lead from the winch to the battery because I'm going to be moving it. The factory beeper is this little gray guy in front of the battery. Remove it from its original location simply by squeezing the plastic tab from the other side. The new bracket will have a spot to reattach it when we're done. I cleaned this area with window cleaner just a habit I have whenever I mount new things in the engine bay. Time to mount the switch bracket. Instead of simply mounting it with bolts, I first put some Gorilla mounting tape underneath where the bracket will touch the body. I like to do this whenever I mount stuff because it holds things in place while I work, and it protects the finish should I ever remove it. Now mount the Blue Sea 6006 switch to the bracket. The instructions from Lambtek gave a really cool way to do this. First, remove the bottom cover from the switch. Insert the included nuts into their indented spots. Put the cover back on, and it holds everything in place while you mount the switch to the bracket with a Phillips head screwdriver. Maybe I'm a dork, but I loved how easy that was to do. Take a moment to subscribe to Jason Explains Things on YouTube and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. Once you're subscribed, disconnect the positive winch lead from the battery and attach it to the driver's side of the switch, marked input if you look underneath the switch. For the VR10S, I needed to use a step bit and drill to slightly enlarge the terminal that connected to the switch. I used a cloth to catch the metal debris to prevent making a mess. Now attach that shiny new short positive lead to your switch and the positive post on the battery. Install the lower cover to the switch and secure everything with zip ties. Last steps, reattach the factory beeper to the spot on the side of the switch bracket. Reattach the negative lead to the battery. Install is done. I got my remote powered on, so let's switch on the winch power. Give it a try here. Awesome. Turn it off just to make sure. And it's as easy as that. And if you enjoyed this video, you're gonna love the 12-volt system overhaul video that's gonna be coming up next. Now, if you're watching this video right when it's published in early August 2025, there's gonna be a little bit of a gap between this video and the next one because I'm actually on the Oregon BDR with my awesome friends as you're watching this. So there's gonna be a bit of a delay, but it's gonna be worth the wait, I promise. If you can't wait, check me out on Instagram at Jason Explains Things. I post a lot of in the middle of trip little clips and photos and that sort of thing there. But until next time, thank you all so much for watching. God bless all of you, and don't forget to do it yourself.